Good morning. This is the weather hazard briefing for Sunday, September 21st. Thanks for joining us today. Looking at our key points, we do have widespread showers and thunderstorms expected across the area today. Those will linger into the first part of the day tomorrow, at least across parts of the area, along with some cooler temperatures tomorrow. But then after that, it looks like normal to above normal temperatures return into next weekend while staying mostly dry after Monday. That being said, the weather risk outlook shows that shower and thunderstorm potential here today. And again, some of that will linger into the first part of the day tomorrow, and then it looks to remain dry after that. Satellite imagery from across the area this morning. Kind of have two things to look at. First is just kind of this area of clouds, a little bit of a swirl in the clouds here. That activity is gradually increasing in coverage with some precipitation starting to show up on radar. And as that kind of pushes north and east here over the next few hours, we'll likely see some precipitation chances start to increase across parts of the area. And then well to our north and west, you can see these clouds coming in to the Puget Sound region this morning. That's kind of the main push of cooler air that'll come in later tonight and tomorrow, and along with that, we will have some precipitation as this feature swings down our way over the next 24 to 36 hours. As far as high temperatures are concerned today, we will have a little bit more cloud cover in place. So expecting mainly 70s across the lower elevations with some 60s across the higher terrain today. Winds will be a little bit breezy, generally 15 to 20 miles per hour or so, maybe a little bit higher as you head out towards the Arco Desert today. And this is just synoptic driven winds, so not thunderstorm wind gust. There is some potential for some thunderstorm wind gust as well. So it'll be a little bit breezy today, but nothing overly unusual for our part of the country. As far as precipitation chances are concerned, basically widespread precipitation expected today. Not everybody is going to see it. You know, it's convective in nature, so it's going to be hit or miss type showers and thunderstorms. But for the most part, we have very good probability of seeing some precipitation, but just how much kind of remains to be seen, depending on where the thunderstorms ultimately set up. But best thunderstorm potential, at least, looks to be across the central mountains and the eastern and southeastern highlands today. But that being said, we do still have at least some thunderstorm potential in the Snake Plain and into the Magic Valley as well. That will linger into the evening and overnight hours tonight. You can see as we progress throughout the day, those precipitation chances will shift from basically the entire area and then shift into the eastern half of the area later tonight and certainly into the first part of the day tomorrow. As far as low temperatures are concerned, kind of a mixed bag. We do have the cooler air that'll be filtering in later tonight. So areas across the central mountains look like they'll get on the cooler side with temperatures nearing freezing as you head up towards Ketchum and Sun Valley, perhaps dropping below freezing as you head into the Stanley Basin. But areas farther to the east where we'll still have clouds and precipitation in place, and that cooler air will not have filtered in just yet. Basically 40s, maybe even some low 50s tonight, but tomorrow night looks to be much colder. As far as tomorrow is concerned, we will have the lingering clouds and precipitation for the first half of the day, generally across the eastern half of the area, but temperatures will be noticeably cooler with most locations hanging out in the 60s tomorrow. So certainly some above normal temperatures, at least for a day, maybe part of the day on Tuesday. But then we'll return to well above normal temperatures after that. Winds, not too much of a concern tomorrow. It will be a tad bit breezy still as we have some of that cooler air filtering in behind that system, but 15 miles per hour, so maybe 20 to 25 in some of the more wind-prone locations. As far as precipitation chances are concerned tomorrow, basically the western half of the area looks to remain dry. Eastern half, we still have some lingering precipitation. Most of this will be, say, before noon or so. I guess some areas along the Wyoming border might see some of that precipitation linger into the first part of the early afternoon, But it certainly looks like by the time we get to sunset tomorrow, all the precipitation should be out of the region. As far as expected precipitation amounts, again, it's going to be hit or miss in nature, but generally expecting about 1/10 of an inch to maybe 1/4 inch across parts of the Snake Plain and Magic Valley as you head up to the higher terrain, especially the eastern and southeastern highlands, maybe 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. But again, it's really going to be highly dependent on where these thunderstorms set up, how long they linger over a particular area, and if we see any sort of training thunderstorms. So these amounts could be much higher, just depending on how things ultimately play out. But bottom line is, at least we have some decent chance for at least some sort of measurable precipitation throughout the region. Just how much we ultimately see kind of remains to be seen. Now, as far as temperatures tomorrow night are concerned, I said we have that cooler air coming in, so temperatures will be noticeably cooler tomorrow night with widespread 30s expected for most of the area, perhaps parts of the Snake Plain down into the South Hills as you head down towards the Utah border might stay in the 40s, but certainly much cooler than what we've seen the last couple of nights. We will have to keep an eye out on these temperatures, might have a need for perhaps a frost advisory for parts of the area, maybe up towards the upper Snake Plain as you head up towards Rexburg and St. Anthony. We'll have to see on that. Certainly some much cooler temperatures as you head into the Central Mountains, as one would expect. So certainly it looks like a chilly night, Monday night into Tuesday morning. As we get into the day Tuesday, temperatures basically right around normal for this time of year, maybe a degree or two below normal, but precipitation will be out of the area. Skies should start to clear, and those temperatures will trend upwards as we head into the middle and latter part of the week. As high pressure settles in later in the week, not expecting too much in the way of wind each day. Generally, things look pretty quiet on the wind front and extremely quiet as far as precipitation chances are concerned, basically non-existent. We will continue to warm a little bit each day, as has been the trend here for the last couple of weeks. Anytime we get one of these areas of high pressure building in, things kind of gradually warm up a few degrees each day. So Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, still a little bit on the chilly side, but not nearly as cold as Monday night into Tuesday morning. And again, those upward temperature trends will continue as we get into the day Wednesday. Maybe some low 80s kind of creeping back into parts of the Snake Plain and into the Magic Valley. And so these temperatures will be on the warmer side of normal, and that's basically where they look like they'll stay for now until we get into at least next weekend, maybe beyond, with high probabilities of above normal temperatures in the 6 to 10 and the 8 to 14 day temperature outlooks, with at least some decent precipitation chances during a few occasions here over the next week or so, but not expecting any significant weather events on the horizon based on the latest forecast trends. So things look relatively quiet, albeit on the warmer side of normal as we round out September and get into the month of October. So that's all I have for you this morning. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.